Hello and welcome to Science Meets Vedanta, a platform dedicated to delving into the core principles of Vedanta and uncovering the remarkable connections between scientific inquiry and ancient wisdom. I'm Jayant Kapatkar, author of the book Science Meets Vedanta. Each week, inspired by insights from my book, we'll journey through a range of topics aimed at deepening your understanding of the essential teachings of Vedanta. Along the way, we'll also examine scientific concepts and demonstrate how the wisdom of Vedanta can offer new and meaningful perspectives. Be sure to join us as we embark on this enlightening path together. In this episode, we'll explore the concept of the five koshas as presented in Vedanta. If you have some background in Vedanta, you may already know that every living being is made up of five layers, referred to as the Pancha, meaning five zone koshas. The word kosha comes from Sanskrit and means sheath or layer. Each kosha signifies a unique facet of our being, with each one enveloping the innermost self. We will examine the origins and structure of these koshas as well as the important roles they play in our everyday lives. The teaching of the five koshas traces back to the Taittiriya Upanishad, an ancient text written around 600 BC. This scripture delves deeply into the nature of the koshas. Through meditation, the sages of that era sought to uncover the true essence of existence, leading to significant insights about the makeup of human life. Their understanding of the five koshas stands as one of their most profound discoveries. The five koshas are as follows. 1. Annamaya kosha, the physical sheath made of food. This is our tangible, material body. Second, Pranamaya kosha, the energy sheath made of vital life force or prana, which sustains and animates the physical body. Third, Manomaya kosha, the mental sheath made of ingredients for the perception processes. 4. Vijnanamaya kosha, the sheath made of intelligence, discernment, and knowledge. 5. Anandamaya kosha, the sheath made of bliss, representing the complete range of emotions and feelings. The prefix maya in their names means made of, signifying the substance that forms each layer. The phrase made of here is quite literal. For instance, the Vijnanamaya kosha is not just associated with intelligence, but is actually composed of it. Intelligence is its essence and substance. Just as physical objects are built from atoms and molecules, each kosha is constituted by its own unique material, such as food, intelligence, or bliss. This logic applies to all five koshas, with each having its own set of building blocks. In most texts, the five koshas are depicted as concentric circles, with each outer sheath enveloping the ones within, much like layers of an onion or the nested figures of a Russian Matryoshka doll. Although this may be a simplified representation, it effectively illustrates the concept. Removing each outer sheath brings you closer to the innermost core. The food sheath, Annamaya kosha, covers the energy sheath, Pranamaya kosha, which in turn covers the mental sheath, Manomaya kosha, and so on, until finally reaching the deepest layer. If you were to peel away all five layers, you would ultimately arrive at your true essence, pure awareness or self-awareness. This is considered the innermost core of our being. Peeling away the layers, the five koshas. The central aim of exploring the five koshas is to guide seekers towards their true inner essence, self-awareness. The Taittiriya Upanishad introduces the method of neti neti, which means not this, not this. This approach encourages us to progressively set aside everything that is not our true self until we arrive at our innermost core. 1. We often mistake our physical form for our true self, identifying ourselves with our bodies. According to the Taittiriya Upanishad, the physical body, referred to as the Annamaya kosha, is composed of food. It is born from food, sustained by food, and ultimately returns to food after death. Since self awareness cannot be made from something so transient as food, we are encouraged to meditate on this idea. Once we understand that we are not the physical body, we can mentally set aside the food sheath as not being our true identity. 2. Beneath the physical body lies the Pranamaya Kosha, the sheath of vital energy that animates our bodies and keeps our organs functioning. It is responsible for processes like blood circulation, breathing, and muscle movement. However, the Upanishad explains that this layer operates automatically and lacks intelligence, functioning like a faithful servant. Through meditation, we come to realize that we are not this life force layer either and can then disregard it as our true self. 3. The next layer is the Manomaya Kosha, or the mental sheath. Our mind is constantly in flux, shifting with each new thought. Since our true self or self-awareness is described as constant and unchanging, it cannot be the ever-changing mind. Meditating on this distinction allows us to let go of identification with the mind as well. 4. The next sheath you will encounter is the Vijnanamaya Kosha. This sheath is made of intelligence. During deep sleep, sleep without dreams, this kosha is no longer active, yet you still exist. Even if you have no thoughts, feelings, or emotions, and your mind is absent, you still exist. Your inner core is always present. It cannot take a leave of absence. If the Vijnana Maya Kosha is absent during deep sleep, it only means that you cannot be the Vijnana Maya Kosha. In this way, you can negate this kosha also. 5. The next kosha is the Ananda Maya Kosha. This is the innermost kosha, and it is closest to the inner core. Ananda means bliss, but this meaning applies only in ideal conditions when there are no thoughts in the mind. This is impossible during the waking and dream states. During the waking and dream states, the mind is full of activity. During these active states, this kosha is the center of emotions or feeling, I am tired, I am sad, and so on. This means that this kosha has many different attributes. We are taught that self-awareness is without attributes or qualities. Therefore, we cannot be this kosha. By meditating on this kosha, you can bypass this kosha too. When we cease to identify with all 5 koshas, what remains is pure self-awareness. The Taittiriya Upanishads teaching method of Neti Neti offers a logical and powerful path to discovering our true nature. To deepen our understanding and practice, a more detailed exploration of the koshas is recommended, focusing on 1. Self-awareness and the 5 koshas. 2. Understanding the 5 koshas and the 3 bodies. 3. Understanding the roles played by each kosha. With this foundation, we are prepared to explore each aspect in greater detail and further our journey toward understanding the inner self, self-awareness, and the 5 koshas. Self-awareness represents our innermost essence, while awareness is its inherent nature. To truly grasp these concepts, it's important to understand that awareness is composed of 3 integral components: the subject, the object, and intelligence. All 3 must be present. If any are missing, awareness ceases to exist. For instance, your current awareness of your environment is possible only because there is a subject, you, an object, your surroundings, and intelligence that bridges the two. The nature of self-awareness. Self-awareness is a more nuanced and profound phenomenon. It occurs when awareness becomes aware of itself. In this unique state, awareness assumes all 3 roles. It is the subject, the object, and the intelligence. This means awareness observes itself, making it complete, self-contained, and independent. There is no division or duality. Subject and object are the same. This unity makes self-awareness non-dual and homogeneous, a self-illuminating bulb of awareness at the core of our being. It is not reliant on anything external. Instead, it generates its own light of awareness. ignorance and the veil over self-awareness. If self-awareness is our true nature, why aren't we constantly aware of it? The answer lies in ignorance, which obscures our inner core. When we lose sight of who we truly are, ignorance emerges and acts as a veil, covering our awareness. This veil is composed of countless pixels, each representing a living being. Every pixel is a unique blend of ignorance and knowledge, shaped by individual personality traits, vasanas, accumulated across lifetimes. This unique pixel of ignorance is referred to as the seed body, carrying the imprint of all our past experiences. Ignorance has a remarkable ability. It can separate subject and object from the unified self awareness. By forgetting our true, non dual nature, we perceive subject and object as distinct entities, subject inside us and object out there. This very act of forgetting creates duality out of non duality, ignorance's subtle power at work. When the subject and object are perceived as separate, the different koshas, sheaths, or layers are formed. This process is akin to how a prism refracts a single beam of light into multiple colors. Similarly, the pixel of ignorance refracts pure self-awareness into various layers. 1. Manomaya Kosha, the realm of the mind, object. Second, Vijnanamaya Kosha, the realm of intelligence. Third, Anandamaya Kosha, the realm of bliss, self. 4. Sakshi, witness, the realm of the subject, witness. These koshas, along with the witness, represent integrated yet distinct aspects of self-awareness, shaped by the pixel of ignorance. Thus, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, and Anandamaya Kosha evolve from this pixel, blending self-awareness and ignorance. What about the remaining two koshas, the Annamaya Kosha and the Pranamaya Kosha? Their development is independent of the other three. Annamaya Kosha, the physical body. The Annamaya Kosha is the physical body, which begins its journey in the mother's womb. Starting from a single cell, it develops into a complex organism. Ancient texts like the Garbha Upanishad detail the stages and timing of fetal development, offering a fascinating timeline of how the body forms in the womb. Modern science may find it intriguing to validate these ancient accounts. Pranamaya Kosha, the vital body. According to the Garbha Upanishad, in the 7th month of pregnancy, the soul enters and becomes connected to the physical body, Annamaya Kosha. This connection is facilitated by the Pranamaya Kosha, which is composed of vital energy, prana. The Pranamaya Kosha acts as a bridge linking the soul to the body in the womb. It is quite intriguing to learn from this Upanishad that the seed body only enters the body in the 7th month. Before that, the fetus is just a piece of flesh like any other part of the body. So the baby in the womb has a soul, a personality, only after the 7th month. Before that, it is a body part within the womb. Understanding the 5 koshas and the 3 bodies. In Vedanta, the concept of the 5 koshas, sheaths, can be better understood by relating them to the 3 bodies that make up every living being. These bodies and sheaths represent various layers of existence, from the deepest potential to the tangible physical form. To differentiate, kosha, sheath, is like a layer of a body, similar to the layers in a pastry or cake. Just as a cake may have layers of cream or fruit, each body contains its own koshas. These sheaths are the coverings or aspects that make up the bodies. The 3 bodies as identified by Vedanta are 1. Seed body, 2. Subtle body, 3rd gross body. According to Vedanta, every living entity possesses these 3 distinct bodies. The seed body comes first, from which the subtle body emerges, and from the subtle body, the gross body is formed. This progression stems from the fundamental pixel of ignorance, which is the same as the seed body. 1. Seed body. The seed body is comparable to a seed that holds the potential for a tree, with all its branches, leaves, and fruit. It contains the blueprint for a living being's tendencies, personality, and karmic patterns, which are known as vasanas. Every object in the universe, living or non living, has a seed body, which contains its essential blueprint. You also have a seed body. Your ego is the owner of this seed body. The sense of I, known in Sanskrit as ahamkara, the I maker, is the resident owner of the seed body. The seed body is synonymous with your soul and is referred to as the pixel of ignorance. When the seed body, energized by the pranamaya kosha, connects with the physical fetus, annamaya kosha, a transformation occurs. Self-awareness refracts through the seed body, giving rise to the anandamaya, vijnanamaya, and manomaya koshas. With these three koshas, the fetus becomes a living being with a complete set of personality traits and life blueprints ready to unfold. As mentioned earlier, this happens in the 7th month of the pregnancy. Within the seed body lies the Anandamaya kosha, which is the innermost sheath. 2. Subtle body. The subtle body houses the Manomaya and Vijnanamaya koshas, which are created through the refraction of self-awareness. Commonly referred to as the mind, the subtle body is thought to reside within the brain, manifesting as mental activities and intelligence. The Manomaya kosha is responsible for generating mental material, while the Vijnanamaya kosha imparts intelligence and discernment. These koshas are constantly active, reflecting the ever-moving nature of the mind and its processes. Third, gross body, physical body. The gross body is associated with the Annamaya kosha, the physical sheath that is developed in the mother's womb. This body is sustained and interconnected with the other koshas by the Pranamaya kosha, which governs vital energy and life force. In summary, the 5 koshas can be seen as layers within the 3 fundamental bodies of Vedanta. The seed body contains the Anandamaya kosha, the subtle body comprises the Manomaya and Vijnanamaya koshas, and the gross body includes the Annamaya kosha. The Pranamaya kosha serves as a vital link sustaining the physical form and connecting the deeper aspects of being. Understanding these relationships provides deeper insight into the Vedantic view of consciousness and existence. Understanding the roles of the 5 koshas. Each kosha serves a distinct purpose in our perception, understanding, emotions, and awareness. Let's delve into how these koshas function and interact with one another. Perception, the role of the Manomaya kosha. The act of perceiving objects occurs in the Manomaya kosha, the mental sheath. Closely linked to the 5 sense organs, this kosha handles the input from vision, hearing, touch, smell, and taste. However, it's important to understand that these signals are not received from the gross physical senses, but rather from their subtler counterparts. As discussed in an earlier episode, understanding the world of waveforms, every physical entity has a subtler version. Thus, what we truly experience takes place in this subtle universe. The physical world is merely a reflection or manifestation of these subtle realities. When an input signal, such as the sight of a tree or the sound of music, reaches the Manomaya kosha, it constructs the corresponding mental image or impression, what are called vrittis or mental waveforms. For example, upon seeing a tree, the Manomaya kosha generates the necessary mental content to represent that tree. For music, it forms the waveforms that allow us to experience sound. This kosha manages all sensory input from the external world. However, while the Manomaya kosha can generate the raw material for perception, it does not recognize or identify what these objects are. To make sense of these impressions, it passes them along to the next sheath, the Vijnanamaya kosha. Learning and thinking, the Vijnanamaya kosha. The Vijnanamaya kosha is the sheath of intelligence and discernment. At birth, it starts as a blank slate, but it quickly learns and accumulates knowledge throughout life. This kosha is responsible for interpreting and decoding the sensory information processed by the Manomaya Kosha. During this process, it imbues the mental impressions with intelligence, transforming raw perceptions into meaningful knowledge. As a result, the waveforms that originated as sensory input now carry the understanding of what they represent. For instance, a sound or image gains context and meaning. However, even though the Vijnanamaya Kosha is the seat of knowledge and intellect, it lacks self awareness. There is no sense of I or personal identity within the sheath. It is purely a center of intelligence, not of conscious selfhood. Feeling and emotion, the Anandamaya Kosha. The Anandamaya Kosha is associated with feelings and emotions. Although its name translates as the sheath made of bliss, this blissful state is only present when the mind is free of vrittis, mental waveforms or thoughts. This condition occurs naturally in deep sleep, where the mind is blank and undisturbed, allowing the Anandamaya Kosha to experience pure bliss. During waking or dreaming states, however, the mind continuously generates vrittis as it processes sensory information and experiences. The Anandamaya Kosha, through the sense of ego, reacts to these mental impressions. It adds emotional coloring, such as likes and dislikes, to the objects and experiences. This sheath is where we feel the full spectrum of human emotions, including joy, sorrow, anger, jealousy, attraction, and aversion. The experience and processing of feeling and emotion belong to the Anandamaya Kosha. Ultimate knowing beyond the koshas. The deepest layer of our being transcends all five koshas and resides in the realm of pure awareness. This level is the source of true knowing, a state that is aware of all the activity in the koshas. This pure awareness observes and knows the feeling in the Anandamaya Kosha, the perceptions in the Manomaya Kosha, and the knowledge in the Vijnanamaya Kosha. As discussed in an earlier episode, power and essence of knowing, this innermost core represents the ultimate force of awareness. It is through this awareness that we truly know ourselves and the world, beyond the layers of perception, intellect, and emotion. We trust that this discussion has provided a thorough explanation of the five koshas that constitute every living being. Gaining insight into these layers allows us to recognize the intricate nature and profound depth of humanity. Each kosha serves an essential and distinct function in shaping the way we experience life. The Manomaya Kosha is responsible for processing perception. The Vijnanamaya Kosha facilitates understanding. The Anandamaya Kosha introduces feeling. And ultimate knowing exists beyond all these, residing in pure awareness. If you're interested in delving deeper into topics like this, we invite you to explore our blog at vedantaandscience.com or discover more in my book, Science Meets Vedanta, available on Amazon. Additionally, we offer a growing library of episodes covering many different topics. Feel free to browse through them at your convenience. If you enjoyed today's episode, we encourage you to share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast so you never miss an upcoming episode. Thank you for tuning in. We look forward to connecting with you again soon.